What's going on, guys? Eat My Diction here, and I think I'm going to start a series of I'm right next to this fucking thing. A series of vlogs talking about my weight loss goals and achievements. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to stop doing that. So I'm already kind of like ahead of myself. I started with a personal trainer. Last Wednesday was my first session. I hired her about 2 weeks earlier, and we did a weigh-in, and I weighed about 339, I want to say. 337 without, like, clothes and shit in my pockets, I think. And, just last weekend, I weighed myself again, and I was down to 328 in just, like, a week and a half. And, so, needless to say, it's going pretty good. My hair looks weird. I went to another session today, and I haven't bothered showering just yet because I'm lazy. So a lot of people are probably wondering exactly what it is I'm doing. As far as the workouts go, it's not repetitive. It's a lot of every day we do different things and work out different parts of the body. So some days we'll focus on core, other days we'll focus on my arms, other days my legs, and doing squats and stuff like that. So it's definitely it's something I've had personal trainers before, and I'm really getting a lot more out of it this time. And I feel like she actually is not just like it's one of those things where, like, when I had my first personal trainers, they worked. It was out of 24-hour fitness, and I just felt like they were just kind of like, all right, so this guy's overweight, and so we're just going to do this, and this, and that should work. Whereas, the reality of the situation is everyone's body is different. Everyone's capable of doing different things, and just throwing exercise routines at people is not the best way to figure out what's going to work. So working with my trainer now is feeling a lot more rewarding because she's taken the time to kind of figure out exactly what my body's capable of, how flexible I am, how much weight I can lift, and then she knows, like, okay, so I can push him a little bit harder than what he's normally doing. So that's been going good, but of course that's not all of it. I also have to watch what I'm eating, which hasn't been that big of a deal just yet. I mean, every so often, I get cravings, but for the most part, my diet, like the things I've been putting in my body for the last, like, year and a half, 2 years, has generally been, like, chicken, vegetables, like, not a lot of bread. I haven't, it's like, so there wasn't, like, some huge fucking transition where I just went from, like, I'm eating junk food, all of a sudden to, I'm eating vegetables. I stopped eating fast food a couple years ago, with the exception of In-N-Out. Every so often, which is like once a year. Last time I had it was a year ago when Max came to visit before he even moved out here. And I stopped drinking sodas. The only time I ever have a soda is maybe when I'm at a bar and I want, like, a rum and Coke, and I'll get, like, a Diet Coke instead. One thing I have been cutting out is juice. Instead of juice, I just drink water. Food. The biggest thing for me is my eating is not so much what I'm eating, it's how much of it and when. So the big problem for me is like I would get up, maybe I would have breakfast, mostly I would just grab a cup of coffee, start working on videos, uploading and rendering and editing and all that shit, maybe even recording, and then boom, it's 3 p.m. and I still haven't had lunch, And so I'm, like, super hungry, so I go and I make, like, a lot of food and I eat it all at once, and then I go and I do other things, then 9 o'clock rolls around and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta have dinner. It's just a bad system. So I'm trying to get into right now the calorie limit I'm shooting for is 1,700 calories a day, which seems like fucking murder, like that's horrible, but it's actually pretty doable. It's just a matter, like, I have an app on my phone, my fitness app, and that tracks the food. And a lot of the foods you eat, if you get them from the store, you can just scan the barcode and just put in the amount that you ate. And it's pretty simple. It's not time consuming. So I keep switching hands because my arms hurt from the workout this morning. So I can only hold the camera for so long. What else? Drinking also is a big thing. I was drinking a lot more than I should have been up until a couple weeks ago. Not like dependent style drinking, just boredom. Like, I'd be home alone any given night, I'm like, oh, I'm done doing my work for the day, or maybe I'll live stream. Like, yeah, I'll have a couple drinks, you know, unwind. And so now I'm trying to stick to like 2 times a week. And when I do drink, no beer, or at least only 1, maybe 2 beers. And then after that, all I can have is like a whiskey, and then I'm cutting it off. So, yeah, getting better. There's Marla. I bring her into the whole thing. So drinking is also a thing I got to start watching and monitoring a little bit more, which is fine when I'm on my own. But if I'm out with friends and stuff, it's a lot more tempting to just indulge, and that's kind of the big test. But keeping track of this shit on my own time is pretty simple. You want down? Okay, I'll put you down. Good kitty. That was a good kitty. So I'm sure you guys would want me to film the actual workout sessions, but I'm not going to do that for several reasons. One, I'm not sure if my trainer will be okay with it. 2, I don't want to have to focus on filming and doing the workouts at the same time, because the workouts are really intense and require me to be there like 100%. So if I'm thinking about filming the whole thing, it's just gonna be a nightmare. So I'm not gonna do that. But on my days off, obviously, I do go on jogs, I go for walks, I go work out in the gym here, so that's something I can film, and I will try to do that as much as possible. I might get one of those GoPro chest strap things and see if I can point it at me, so you can see my chin flapping around while I fucking jog. That'll be fantastic. So, I'm feeling good, feeling positive. I've got about 8 months worth of sessions twice a week with this woman, so I mean, I'm already committed. I'm already fucking committed. I'm probably gonna have my off days, or like last night was kind of an off night where I drank a little bit more than I was supposed to. I had friends over and we had some like cheese and crackers and stuff, so that was a little bit. I knew it was gonna happen, and early in the day I had a lunch, and I knew I shouldn't have had that lunch, and I should have just like skipped it and just had a snack and a bunch of water and stuff. So it's one of those things that's going to come with time, me just being able to gauge, like, okay, what's happening today that means I might go over my calorie limit, and I got to figure out a system to make sure I don't. So, yeah, that's, a bit of a long vlog here of just my face and me in my apartment and shit. I cleaned, too, so it's nice and clean, except for my bedroom. My bedroom's a fucking mess. So yeah, I'll try to do more and more vlogs. I say this every fucking time, and then I flake. I have an alert on my phone now to focus on my second channel, because I've been dicking around, and there's no excuse for me not to do these vlogs, because you guys like to know what's going on in my life. I won't get too personal, obviously, but I will let you know how the weight loss is going. I will see you later. I'm humping. This is my humping face.